this next project that we're going to do is really, really easy. This is something that you can do with little kids if you want to, getting ready for Halloween, and everybody loves ghosts. So what we're going to do, we're going to make some meringue ghosts, okay? Really easy. Now I'm going to do a really small batch, but you can double this, triple this, whatever you want, okay? So we're going to get started. First, you need to bring your oven down to 225 degrees, okay? That's your first thing. Next, you want to make sure you have a cookie sheet and some tin foil on top of that, and a little bit of pan spray on top of that. That way your meringues don't stick to the pan and they'll pop off, and you put your little ghosts on top of cupcakes. You can eat them as they are. You can do whatever you want. Okay, after that, I'm going to go bring the camera down so you guys can see what I'm doing. Now, you can use a handheld mixer, but I'm going to use my KitchenAid for this. What you're going to need 2 egg whites. You're going to need a half a cup of sugar. You'll need a 1/4 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar. And we'll do some black icing for the faces of the ghosts, but we'll do that later. Okay? Now, after you have your oven preset, you're going to whip your egg whites for a few minutes on high speed until they become nice and frothy. You'll see lots of little bubbles. And next, you'll add your sugar in small amounts. Just do a little bit at a time, okay, until it's all in there. After that, you'll mix in your cream of tartar. After everything's inside, you're going to mix it up until it's really, really stiff. Like you'll be able to pull out the whisk and the stuff will stand straight up. And I'll show you. Okay? Let's get started. Just going to crack my eggs. And always try to save your stuff for later. Like I'll use these egg yolks in like a cake or something later on. So I'll put them to the side in like a little bowl or something. There we go. Right in there. And I'll take this over and I'll mix it until it's nice and frothy, and then I'll add my sugar and my cream of tartar. Now I just want to show you guys what I mean when I say frothy. There's like little bubbles going on with your egg whites here. See that? The second it gets like that, then you can start adding in your sugar, but only a little bit at a time, okay? Go slow with it. You got time. Next, add your cream of tartar sauce. Tartar sauce. It's not cream of tartar sauce. It's cream of tartar. Now you're just going to let this whip up until it's nice and stiff. You want to be able to have stiff feet, which means once you take your whisk out, this stuff will stand straight up. Now we're getting really close, but I want to show you what happens. After a while, you'll notice that the stuff will start to turn really white and silky, just like that. See that? Isn't that awesome? Now we're not there yet, because when I do this, see that? It's still kind of tipping over like Nightmare Before Christmas on that hilltop, remember? Yeah. So what you want to be able to do, you want to be able to go like this with your whisk and be able to have like it stand straight up. Okay, so we'll keep going with this. how those peaks are stiffer? See how they kind of stand more up than usual? That's where you want it. If you can get your stuff to stand up straight like that, then you're good to go. So I'm going to take this off of here and bring it back over to the table. Then I'll show you what to do. Now, remember, some of the things that I use here are things that a professional would use. Well, you know, I borrowed them from a professional. Borrowed. But at home, it's okay to improvise. So right now, I'm going to be piping our little ghost onto our piece of foil on our cookie sheet. And make sure you spray the foil down first. Just a little bit. You don't want too much. Otherwise, you'll go and you'll compromise your meringues. You don't want all that. So just a light spray. Now, usually, I would have piping bags and I would use a straight tip. A straight tip looks like that. But because Mr. J used all my tips for his latest heist, and now they're gone, don't ask, I don't know. Clowns! Can't live with them, can't live without them. Yeesh. I'm going to improvise, okay? So I have a bag here that I can kind of use. I'm going to fill it up, and I'm going to pipe the ghost onto our things, and I'll show you how you can do that. But at home, you know, if you just have like a Ziploc bag, you can do that too. You can fill the Ziploc bag and cut off the end and just kind of pipe it the same way. It'll work. It's fun. So, I'm going to move the camera down again. Now, you can take a spoon or a scoop or a rubber spatula, whatever you want to get this out of here. I think rubber spatulas would kind of work the best here, but I'm going to use a scoop just to save a little bit of time. Take your whisk out of there, put that to the side. There we go. I'm just going to scoop a little bit here so you can see what I'm doing. Pop it in your bag here. Boy, I'm making a big mess today. There we go. Now you just fill up your bag. Not too much, you don't want it to overflow. But fill up your bag, and then you're going to pipe little ghosts, which are just going to be little dollops, basically. You go like that, and then 1, 2, 3, and then boop, like that. That's it. And you they don't spread very much, but you want to give them a little bit of room, just so that way they can puff in the oven ever so slightly. And you don't have to make them even or perfect or whatever. Like, ghosts are different people. It's fine if they look different. So go ahead and fill up your tray as much as you can. And once you're done, you're going to pop it in the oven. Okay. Now, unfortunately, the sucky part about these guys is it's going to take about 45 minutes in the oven. But at a low temperature, they're not going to get very brown. If anything, they'll just get a very light coloring, and then that's it, okay? And if your temperature on your oven runs a little hot, maybe you set it for like 30 minutes and you check on them. But basically, they'll cook in the oven after 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. You can take them out, let them cool completely. Once they're hardened, that's when you can go back and you can make little eyes. You can buy the eyes from your local drugstore or whatever if it's Halloween time, or you can make a little confectioner sugar icing and stuff. Make little eyes, little goose mouth. Anyway, while those guys are cooking, I'm going to clean up and then we'll start our next project, okay? Now, I just took these guys out of the oven. Before I show them to you, I want you to know, this recipe, even though we made little ghosts out of them, at the end of the day, they're just meringue cookies. So if you wanted to just pipe little meringue circles, or if you had a star tip and you wanted to get fancy with it for dinner parties or whatever, you can do the same exact thing and make them look really nice. It's a cool cookie to have, very easy to make. You know, it could be any shape you want. So I took them out of the oven. We're going to let them cool. I let them go a little bit longer than I should have, so our ghost kind of got like a little bit of a tan going. Whatever. But it's not too bad. I'll let you see. Now they puffed up. See? Now this guy on the end I did on purpose as a big puff ball so you could see that you can make them any kind of shape that you want. Okay? Now I'm going to let these guys cool, and then afterwards we'll go and we'll paint little faces on them, okay? Oh, I almost forgot. Make sure that when you go to let your cookies cool, take them off of the cookie tray. Put them on a plate or something. That way the heat from the pan, the cookie sheet, doesn't make your stuff melt from the bottom up, okay? Or they'll crack. These guys, they have a hard outer coating once they're cooked, and the only way to keep them that way is to get them away from the heat. So the second they get out of the oven, give them 2 seconds, and then pick them up and put them on a plate. Now for your faces of your ghosts, all you're going to do is you're going to take a little bit of confectioner's sugar, preferably sifted so that way you don't get any lumps. You're going to take a little bit of water and you're going to take a little bit of black dye, okay? You're going to mix it all together until it's a nice little paste. You don't want it too watery, otherwise your eyes and your mouth will be droopy on your ghost. You'll be crazy looking, okay? Once you get a nice little paste going, you can stick this in like a little Ziploc bag and you just put little eyes and mouths on your ghosts. I'll show you my finished product in 1 second. Now see, you want to get it to be kind of a thick paste, just so that way when you go to pipe this stuff, it'll stay on your ghosts. Okay, now that I've gone and decorated all my ghosts, I can show you what I did. And you guys can make these things look any way you want to. But look how cute. Little faces. And like I said, these guys are regular cookies at the end of the day. So you can make them as fat or as skinny as you want to. This guy's as big as my hand. Goodness gracious. But there you go. These are our ghost cookies. I hope you enjoyed making the ghost cookie meringues with us. And me, Bud and Lou, we're going to go on to the next project.